Yeah, Luke 16 from verse 19. Yeah. So I think that this is meant prophetic because God knew that these things would happen. Yeah. Also, Paul died and was brought up in the third heaven, where he saw things which you cannot speak about, which are unspeakable about. So there is a heaven, but also some people went to hell. But we will see that in a moment. Well, this is not this is just a movie. This has not really happened, but just to give you some thing to show you what it's actually about a little bit. Yeah, and it's a shocking evangelistic thriller. This has not really happened. This is based on what there is known in science, but also about these stories about heaven and hell. So this is fake. The movie is fake, but it's not really happened. That's what I mean. But it gives you some clues about what really happened and is described in science as well. But it's just a movie. This movie has not really happened. This is not a true story. I mean, but it's based on true facts. Yeah. Okay. It's a nice movie. Yeah, it gives you some insight. Okay. Now okay, I'll discuss it here. A Glimpse of Eternity, Ian McCormack. I showed you the movie 90 Minutes in Heaven .com or .org, I guess, and www.donpiperministries.com from Don Piper. Also at Bidden Helpt, that's Dutch for praying helps, .net, there are some links from more people that went to heaven and went to some people went to hell, and they saw things over there, and they came back. Jesus sent them back and allows them to come back. Some of them were Christians, some of them were not Christian, and they describe what they saw, and to make you clear that it's real. It is real. Heaven is real. Hell is real. Okay. Oh, maybe I got another little booklet. Yeah, I'll take it. One moment, please. Okay, this is a book from Harold A. Baker. That's the grandfather of the man, the husband of Heidi Baker, and his grandfather told him stories from children in China. And those children got some education in the Bible, and they were Christian children, and really powerful things happened. The Spirit of God really moved in that area. And some of these children saw visions of heaven and of hell. And they came back with stories that the teachers did never ever tell those children. But they come exactly. They copied the Bible. The stories that those children tell are match exactly with what the Bible tells, and they never got educated in that in the first place before they saw the visions. But they also see a part of heaven, but also those children saw some pictures of hell. And children are very sensitive to God's Spirit, and because they're unbiased, you know, and so they're very open to God's Spirit. And so they saw some visions about, and here it says God's revelations and visions to children. It's in Dutch, but I translate it for you. It's not a big book, but here it says that children saw heaven and saw hell in visions. Yeah, and they saw also people in hell being tormented, and etc., 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 just as the Bible says. And the teachers of the children never told them anything before they had the visions. Yeah, but the children came back with those visions, and they told them all about it. Yeah. So, is there a heaven and hell? Yes. Is there also scientific proof? Yes, there is, and that's what I'm going to right now. But before I'm going to discuss this, I have to give you a warning, because it's not Christian. What I'm going to show you is not Christian. Yeah? The things that this guy has published is not Christian based, and I don't agree with his standpoint. He's a non-Christian. He looks at a totally different way about this subject than I do, I don't agree with his conclusions, and I know that the devil can twist some things, even if people are dead in the spiritual thing. He can twist. The devil can also twist some things. So I don't agree 100% with his explanation. Yeah. But it's very interesting reading, even though I do not agree with everything, especially not the explanation of this guy. Well, this guy is Pim van Lommel, and he's got an internet site, but it's non-Christian. And Pim van Lommel, it's an N. Where's the? Yeah, here it is. Pim van Lommel. It's a Dutch guy. It's a Dutch scientist. Pim van Lommel.nl from Netherlands. But he's a Dutch cardiologist, scientist. So, and he worked in a hospital in Arnhem, I think. And he also published this story in 2001 in The Lancet. Well, The Lancet is a medical scientific journal, something like that. And you can see the publication. It's in near-death experience in survivors of cardiac arrests, heart attacks. The Lancet number 385. 358, sorry, in Holland we twisted around these two numbers. 358, number 9298 of 15 September 2001. In that number it's published in The Lancet, page 2039 until 2045. Okay, in that scientific publication, Pim van Lommel, Dr. Pim van Lommel, he publishes about people who experienced a near-death thing. This book is called in Dutch Eindeloos Bewustzijn, Endless Awareness, a scientific vision on the near-death experiences. Well, like I said, I don't agree with his conclusions because it's a materialistic, humanistic, a scientific way of point of view. But I don't agree with it based on what the Bible says about these things. And many people say, oh, you see, there is reincarnation and things like that. No, sorry folks, the Bible says clearly that a person it's one time to die and then the judgment. Why do they say there is reincarnation? Well, it's not true, because in reincarnation you see that people come back in other bodies according to their belief system. Yeah, well, and that doesn't happen. People always come back in their own body, so it's not reincarnation. So, by reincarnation. But you see, the devil tries to take this thing directly for his purposes. But reincarnation does not exist, folks. Sorry. Well, not sorry, by the way, Thomas. It doesn't exist. Okay, but here in this book you see a lot of stories which tells also people from every background, all kinds of background. Doesn't matter what kind of background, and if they died because of what he's a cardiologist. So most people he confronted with die from heart attacks and so. But they come back. They all have the similar stories. There is a nice place, and there are you meet people who died before you, and it's nice and it's beautiful, etc., etc. You go through a tunnel and things like that. It's all described in the book. I heard that this book is also going to be published in English. It's not so expensive. This version is 15 euros. That's not so expensive. So you can read it, and no, it's not oxygen, lack of oxygen. No, it's not other things. People are really dead, and they experience that things that only they can tell about if they are, if it really happened according to what they say. The spirit, the body dies. If a person dies, the body dies, and the spirit moves on. But the spirit can move through every material. The spirit is not material bound. Yeah, our body is an envelope of our spirit. But if our body dies, then the spirit moves on. Yeah, the question is, where does your spirit goes? Well, the spirit goes even to heaven or even to or to hell, because a little percentage of the people who died, also from different backgrounds, different cultures, etc., religious or non-religious, that doesn't matter. A little percentage of those people, they experience a hell experience. Yeah, so there's two elements, or even people see a part of heaven and come back, or they see a part of hell and come back. Yeah, if they go